Hey there everyone, happy Monday. I'm King Pie, Meteorologist Adam Claibon. A bit of an interesting weather setup as we go throughout the next few days, including tonight and into the first part of the day for tomorrow. And really we're going to keep this pattern around for maybe Wednesday and Thursday as well. But tomorrow morning, definitely keeping an eye out for a few areas, and I mean a very few, that could see a rain-snow mix or maybe even just a brief period of snow. And so we are going to be in first alert mode, not because it's going to be of any huge impact, and really not even that much of an inconvenience or a nuisance either. Kind of a really spectacle, ooh and ah thing that's going to happen for just a few of us. It's not going to be for everyone who will get to see these snowflakes here in some of the lower elevated spots, because this is one of the first chances some of us are going to have for this year to be able to see that. So where you do see it might be some pretty big fat wet flakes, and some of us did see that earlier here into the day. But I wanted to really show you how things are going to shape up, and this is going to look a lot worse. So the bark is going to be a lot worse than what the bite is. I will tell you this, wherever you see the gray shading, this is just one model depiction, wherever you see the gray shading popping up on here, expect little of any snow really to fall for you here as we go over the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, where you are noticing maybe just a bit more of that white coloring showing up, maybe even some of that blue popping up, that's where we might have a slightly higher chance of maybe even getting some brief light accumulation. So that's right there, extreme northern parts of Skagit County, heading up there towards Whatcom County. You often get some of that colder air to come down and interact with some of that moisture. I would say keep an eye out too for areas here in some of the foothill communities or higher terrain as you go farther south, closer to Thurston County and across some parts of the Olympic Peninsula as well, especially the western slopes of the Olympic Mountains, and then another couple spots too. And I will admit, up this way around where we could see some convergence zone activity here across parts of Snohomish County or either here around King County as well. We're going to show you where those spots might be more so Wednesday that we could see some of that snowfall and maybe briefly accumulate before melting very quickly, as temperatures are expected to be near, if not above freezing, for the majority of this time as we go throughout the week. Here's radar, and you can see that there are some showers moving through, but yes, mainly just rain showers as of right now. The mountains, though, getting some snow out of this. If you are looking for maybe some snow mixing in, same spots up here where we were talking about maybe some of that accumulation happening later into the week. Right here, extreme northern parts of Skagit County and heading to southern Whatcom County. That's where I-5 gets up to about maybe close to 1,000 feet right there, and that helps to produce some of the wet snowflakes that you're seeing moving in and mixing in for the time being. Otherwise, though, just a lot of rain here for our lower elevated spots with the snow falling here across the mountains. We'll see if any additional moisture will come in as we head on into the night, but we are expecting tomorrow morning that to be the case, though. And because of that, here is your winter weather alert, and we only have a winter weather advisory that will be in effect until noon tomorrow. The purple shaded areas have the best opportunity of not only just seeing some snowflakes, but maybe even some brief accumulations, maybe as high as 3 inches, but I think that those amounts are closer going to be to a dusting or a coating to about an inch and then melting fairly quickly. If you are up around 500 feet or above, especially around some of those elevations or those areas that are elevated a bit higher, 500 feet or above, I think we could see a bit of a better chance of seeing that accumulation around the region. So foothill communities there around the Olympic Mountains, that will be your best shot of seeing some of that. And then as you go farther south too, around some of the Willapa Mountains. Here's a look right now at what's happening here around Seattle. It's chilly, 39 degrees, but still safely above freezing with that south wind coming in at 14 miles per hour. And as long as we keep that south wind, it's really hard to get the cold enough air all the way down here to the surface to help to create some of the snow chances that we could see here closer to sea level. But as we go throughout the evening, a lot of cloudy skies, there's some showers, but generally we're talking about a dry forecast tonight into the very early part of your day on Tuesday. But check this out as we head into more of that commute time heading into Tuesday, and then for the next few days we do have some chances of seeing some of that snow that could be mixing in. So around parts of southwest interior, you can see that right there heading into Tuesday. Mentioned Wednesday's forecast up around more of Snohomish County, parts of King County, and farther north, where you have that convergence zone activity that could help to draw down some of that colder air from the higher parts of the atmosphere. That could help us to generate a brief period of snow there. Thursday's chances, generally just rain for many of us here into the lowlands, and you can see Friday we're starting to see things warm up, so looks like those chances will begin to disappear at that point. I'll show you what's happening, though, as we head on into later on today. You'll have a lot of these areas of showers, which will be around into the evening, where temperatures for many of us, again, safely above freezing. And this is as of about maybe 4 or 5 o'clock into your Monday evening. So no big concerns as of right now for any of our cities getting impacted here by that snowfall in the lowland areas. There's that area of low pressure. That's what's helping to kind of drive a lot of this. We have that larger area of low pressure farther south, but what you can see right here, spinning just off of the coast of British Columbia, that's helping to draw some cooler air around. And with that, you can see a lot of that instability in the atmosphere, kind of indicated by some of the very spotty nature of the cloud coverage that you see right there that's moving into parts of the coast. It could be maybe a very outside chance of a lightning strike or two, a rumble of thunder closer to the coast with some limited instability, but I don't think we're going to see too widespread chances of that. The majority of the moisture, however, well off to the south, down this way across California. You can see the big mass of moisture that's hitting the California state with a lot of heavy rain in the lowland areas and then a lot of snow across the Sierra. That will continue for the next few days, and again, they should be seeing much more of the snow than we are because the moisture is just not really going to be around for us, or at least the heaviest of the moisture. We'll have that mix of rain and snow as we go throughout the next few days. Generally, a lot of that happening during the morning hours where temperatures will be closer to that freezing point before they do climb up closer to the 40s as we head into the afternoon. So again, some pretty chilly mornings. That's what's really helping to drive a lot of this too. Upper 20s, lower 30s. Mountain snow at least will be a given as this moisture will come on through with the lower snow levels. Just how much moisture and how much snow do we get out of this, I don't think is going to be the most impressive. Next 7-day stretch, you'll see temperatures more so into the 40s for highs, getting up near the 50-degree mark by the end of the weekend as we get up to 49 degrees. So that's at that point when we do start to see those rain and snow chances even begin to disappear, as we'll be well away from that freezing point at that point. And highs throughout the afternoons in the low 40s will definitely mean just a lot more of the rain around. 39 degrees again here around Seattle. As we head on into tonight and early into tomorrow morning, we'll see those temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. So cold enough to help support maybe a few flakes here across the region, and highs tomorrow afternoon will lead to more just rain showers as we'll see those highs back up around the low to mid 40s. All right, let's talk more Futurecast, see how all of this is going to come together, because this is kind of what you're here for, right? Futurecast, as we head on into the night, shows some of this around here and there. You can see the moisture off towards the west around spots that are closer to the Olympic Peninsula, seeing some of that mixing taking shape. So that's why we get the higher chances out there, down this way across parts of southwest interior. Showed you where we do have those winter weather advisories that are out. Those are kind of the key spots that we can see that. And those are also the spots that are just a little more higher elevated, up around 500 feet or above. So that's why you have the better opportunity there across some of those locations. All right, let's take you back to full screen. Futurecast as we go deep into the night. This is 3 into 4 o'clock Tuesday morning, and we continue to see that particular wave of moisture coming on through. That helps at some point to produce a bit of a more widespread area of precipitation. And it's going to be at this moment that we're going to have our best chance of seeing some winter precipitation here across parts of maybe more so South Sound and more the Kitsap Peninsula, as well as southwest interior across areas of Mason County, Hood Canal, seeing that better chance. And that's moving on through. Now that's 7 o'clock where temperatures are going to be much closer to that freezing point. 9 o'clock, you can start to see that already beginning to break down. So already seeing that not only are we noticing less of the moisture, but also some warming too at the same time. So that little green speck that you see right around Seattle, that would be rainfall there for us. While areas maybe across east side see a few snowflakes bursting out from time to time, and down that way around areas closer to Olympia, seeing a bit of a higher chance. Then we head into the afternoon. Again, safely above freezing at that point, back to around 1 p.m. We're going to be in the 40s around there. So expect it to be in the form of liquid and see more rain showers around that time. That's going to move on through as we head on into Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, kind of break down as far as some of the moisture. But then we start to see a different pattern and flow with our moisture heading into early Wednesday. And you see that? It's coming in more from a direction from northwest to southeast. And let's see if we can back that up for you. Again, that will be the key time that we can see maybe a bit of that higher chance of seeing some snow, and maybe a better chance for those of us across King and Snohomish counties of seeing maybe some accumulating snowfall out of this, although brief, will be around. So it goes more so into this direction right here. You see those locations are beginning to pick up a little bit on some of this wintry precipitation. That's convergence zone activity that will pop up at that point, and that's all with a colder wind that's going to be coming more so out of the west and the northwest, and that's going to help to really drive more of this home as far as the colder air and a better chances of seeing some of that snow into the area. So early Wednesday morning kind of flares up a little bit. We continue on. Let me see if I can back that up for you again. It starts to die off as we head on into the afternoon at that point. So again, back up above freezing then, and then we'll see that move on through and things will start to die on down. And I think by Thursday, our moisture is really going to be depleted at that point. So looking at snow levels, they're going to remain low for a lot of the week, around 500 feet, even lower within some of those heavier pockets of precipitation at those particular points. And wanted to show you this again, not so much to kind of show you a range of what we're expecting as far as snow, but where we could see some of those snowflakes fall and where we have the better opportunity. Showed you it earlier, but just wanted to kind of show you again where we do have some of those extreme light blues that are popping up here around Snohomish County, King County. Expect limited, if any, snow to really stick with this. This might be the few spots where we see just snowflakes fall for a brief period and then they start to melt, and then we really don't have to deal with much in terms of road impacts with that at all. Spot up this way around more of Skagit County, Whatcom County, could be some brief accumulations, little if any on the highway or the roadways because temperatures have been above average and warmer than normal, and those road temperatures are still going to be relatively warm too, so we won't see much in terms of accumulations on the highway or the interstate itself, but the grassy surfaces, maybe your vehicles or something like that, could see that brief accumulation with that. And then also too, you can definitely tell a lot of the area over the Olympic Peninsula seeing the better chances too as we head on into the next couple of days. We'll have higher chances out there, and that's where we have our winter weather advisory. 7-day forecast tomorrow morning, first alert time for many of us. Not a big concern though. Again, kind of more of a pretty neat phenomenon that will be happening with this snow that will be coming on through. Of course, we see it from time to time, and it's not like it's going to be anything new for us, but just to kind of get the better chances of seeing those snowflakes here in the lowlands, going to be a great opportunity for many of us just to get out there and kind of enjoy that for a little while. Temperatures, though, well above freezing as we head into the afternoons for the next few days, and then warming up even more as we head on into the weekend. So watch out just for a few slushy spots, maybe even an icy spot or two early into the morning, especially if you are in more of those higher elevated spots, 500, 1,000 feet or above here for the next few mornings. Okay, everyone, and just kind of enjoy it. It's going to be neat to kind of see those flakes fly on through here, through the area. We'll keep you updated, though. We'll continue to kind of monitor exactly where these rounds of moisture will come and who will get the best chances of seeing that snow. But for now, have a magnificent Monday night, and we'll talk to you soon.